scratching goodness.
I just want to sit back, scratch my balls, and not worry about shit, and I have to. Also, hi, we're here.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome to the intro of the show where we bullshit about how tired we are and how achy breaky our bones are. I mean, me more so at least for
Don't
today.
break my bones, my achy breaky bones. I just don't think you'd understand. And if you, I don't know the rest.
I don't know the rest of that song.
Yeah.
That's all I know because of Hannah Montana.
I don't know what I know that from. Probably just any kind of media in the last 20 years that used that song. 25 years that used that song in some kind of advertisement or something, or movie.
It's the Billy Ray Cyrus, right? That's who his name is? Billy Ray Cyrus.
I know it's his name. I don't know if that's his song.
I thought that was his song. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Let me go grab my best of Billy Ray Cyrus and let you know if that's what the
It's
song
right
is.
next to your Grand Theft Auto 4 soundtrack.
Right. That's in plastic. It
Yes.
never was open.
Both not open. Both sealed. Minty fresh. Signed. I don't know who the GTA 4 would be signed by.
That came in the special edition.
Why? Why would you do this to me?
Uh-oh. The hotline is blinging.
Interesting. For all you audio amigos, I just received a text message from my father, excited that Jake Voracek from the Flyers is no longer a part of the Flyers. So that's cool, I guess.
Jake Voracek's no longer part of the Flyers?
Voracek, yeah. Do you actually know that? Or you
No,
just
I have
me?
no idea what we're talking
You
about.
sounded genuine, and I was like,
Good,
Oh.
that worked.
listen, I have no mental... I'm not processing things.
I ruined
yet.
it because I clearly didn't know his name.
True. I mean, it's better than the Ligma. You got me this week. I got you with Ligma last week, and then you just got me with the hockey. So, the hockey, you know. I'm scoring 10 out of 10 today, huh?
Listen, I would say the usual, this won't be long, but
It'll be long. It's just that we're going to, like, slug our way through it.
for you people, we do this. I'm pointing to the camera for the audio people who don't know what I'm doing when I say that.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how many people are going to switch over from audio to the video because the video is so much better now and it looks so crispy and nice and we're clean and shit. And I'm also adding like hella memes to it. So like
The Shaq thing.
yeah, the Shaq thing.
That's pretty good.
I still have to upload that TikTok because I made that into a TikTok. I made a couple TikToks this week if you haven't seen. There was a couple memes added to the video version of the episode 40 pod that was pretty fucking fun. That one. Yeah, I don't think you expected that one, did
I
you?
did not expect that, no.
Dude, I was listening to it on the way to work on Thursday, feeling like shit because, you know, work. And it was the part where we were like doing our mini review of Space Jam. And like you got stumbled on the word "I" for like a quick second. You were just like, I
don't know why I stumbled that hard.
I don't know either. And it was nothing like it was just like a quick thing because like even like watching the video, it was just like I missed it when I was trying to find it again.
Right.
But I made like a Google reminder for myself. I was like, make a reminder for me to find the part around 40 minutes where Ant goes "I" and make it into Crazy Train. And then I did it, and it took way longer than it should. It took me like 15 minutes to do that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and I was just like, I could be editing the rest of the pod to like, you know, like line up, make our like the sounds come with our mouth and such.
That happens.
But no, I needed to do Crazy Train, and it was well worth it because it was funny.
That's what that song is called?
Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne, Crazy Train.
Like, I knew it was Ozzy. I never knew what the song... that's another song I just hear
Yeah.
at some point in my life.
At the beginning, it goes all aboard, ah ha 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 ha,
Oh.
and then it goes dun dun. Right after that.
I need to... See, this is why I was doing my whole Instagram playlist thing the last 2 days. If you don't know, by the time you hear this is a week ago when I did that. But
Yeah.
and people were putting up music. It was songs I was like, oh, yeah.
These are existent. I'll be honest with you, I didn't know most of the songs except for like the T-Pain one.
That's fine.
Yeah. And there's only one that I know.
T-Pain's a natural goddamn treasure. Mm-hmm. This is coming from the guy who didn't know the person on his hometown's hockey team's name.
What do you mean?
We just talked about the Flyers, and I didn't know his name.
Oh, you didn't know. I thought you said I didn't know. I was like, wait, what's happening?
That's the point.
I don't know what's happening. But, hey, man, it's fine.
There were
T-Pain's
people like...
great.
People like 3 people were just like, I feel like I'm messing up the playlist. I'm like, what? This isn't about a genre. I'm just putting up what people send me.
True. I'm pretty sure I was one of those people.
You were the first.
Yeah, I mean, mine was also like a joke too, because like it was Monkey Wrench by Foo Fighters, and I'm like, it's this, and I'm also throwing a monkey wrench into the Styles choice so far.
But I thought you did actually.
No, it
harken
was.
Back. Okay.
It was, but it was also like, this works out well, ironically.
And I knew that song.
Yeah. I think that was on Guitar Hero 2. I think. Or 3 Legends of Rock. One of those two, because I remember that brings me back to like those playlists. Because that's when I first started getting into like, not to be that guy, but good music, not like the shit you hear on the radio like
no, I know what you mean.
40 fucking times a day. Mm-hmm. But like actual music where it's like, oh, it's pretty fucking tight. But yeah. I have the Breaking Benjamin one. Do you know who Breaking Benjamin is, or did you just like put that song up there because it was an answer?
It's like I know of them.
Okay. Did you know the song?
Shout out to Yuki. She sent me that.
I was gonna say, was it her? Because I knew that. Like, I was like, there's only one person that I know that I think that you know at the same time.
Yeah.
I was gonna put 2 and 2 together. But
someone who also thought they were throwing off the playlist, and you weren't. It's all about memories and what makes you feel a certain way.
We should feel bad.
Don't feel bad.
We should feel bad.
None of you should feel bad.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's a time.
Someone could have sent me some country and I'd have put that up there. Just cause. Why? Because it's bigger than me. Music unifies all of us.
I don't know if country music does that.
Unifies somebody. Some group.
Families. Take that as you will. But sorry if I sound low energy this pod and my humor is pretty shitty. I am tired as fuck. I went to mini golf, driving range, and batting cages again yesterday.
You're a triathlete.
Pretty much, even though 2 of those are the same thing, just at harder strengths. Dude, I swear to God,
you should be in the Olympics.
None of those sports are the Olympics, right?
But that's why you should be there. Change the game, Chris.
We'll talk about that too in the news section, which is not really news, but whatever. But yeah, man, I used to play golf, like actual golf, and I would go to the driving ranges a lot because they're really. You just go there and like smash balls, like straight up, like you're just like launching shit and you get like a bucket of them, and like you just shoot the shit with your buds and whatnot. And let me tell you, I sucked for like the first 10 hits, and I was like, man, I lost it. I lost my heritage.
I'm disappointed in you.
And then I started beaming those motherfuckers, and I was like, oh.
And now I'm proud.
Okay. And I start like.
Now I'm gonna go to the golf. Now I'm gonna go to the driving range and be like, I know him.
Yeah, right. I mean, we should go. It'd be a good time. I think Trent would enjoy it. I don't know if he would enjoy the driving range more than the what's it called, the mini golf, but it's a good time. But it was also funny because I was there with Yuki and then Anna and Trevor, who listen to the podcast as well. And, like, both Anna and Yuki were not doing well at first. And then out of nowhere, just were like, got it.
They caught that groove. Yeah. They found it.
And then Trevor and I were bonding over baseball. We went to the batting cages, and he and I both decided to go in the fast one, which is, I think, 80 to 90 miles per hour, which is fast if you've never seen fast. And
but is it furious? And were y'all family afterwards?
I was furious because I hit one of the balls and like I pulled in too much and it went directly down and smashed into my foot. So I hit a 90 mile per hour ball, which made my hand feel like, and I'm going to quote this from Trevor, feel like it had bees in it. And then right after the bees were happening, immediately my foot felt like it was in 18 million pieces. And I was like, cool, this is great. I want to die. But yeah, so now I'm in a state of constant pain because my body has not moved like that in a while. And I was like swinging for the fences. I did get a couple good hits, but yeah, it's fun, man. And then I got to talk about this. Mini golf. Dope, right? Good fun time, right?
Yes.
Fuck people.
That
who
is
play
it.
Mini
Fuck
golf.
People. See you guys next week.
No, here's the thing. Fuck people who play mini golf and see that there are people behind them and then don't make an effort to go fast.
To hurry up.
Like, that shit pisses me off. There was this family 3 groups ahead of us. It was like a girl and her boyfriend, and their like old ass parents that were like both, like fucking salt and pepper hair. And like, here's the thing. At first I was like, you know what? They're just old. They're just going slow. And like, we were making like the casual joke about it. But then it got to the point where I started like sitting there and actually watching them. And like, there were multiple times. There's this one where it just goes uphill and like there's a flat area. And the dude, I guess the boyfriend of the group, literally hit it like 6 fucking times, and it just came back down to him. And then he finally got it up there, and then went to put it in the hole, missed the hole, and it went back down the hill. And I'm like, okay, so you're just gonna bring it back up, right? Because that's what you would do when there's 3 groups
when
behind
people are
you.
waiting. Right?
Yeah. No, he shoots it again, 2 more times. 2 more times.
2 more times, got it.
I'm gonna die. He shoots it 2 more times to get it back up there, and then putts 3 times after that. And I'm like, sir, fuck you.
Learn
and all you stand for, you flip-flop wearing motherfucker.
Learn the rules. The
It's
unwritten,
it's the
unwritten law.
rules. Like, you are being a nuisance to everyone here. Like, here's the thing. You're having a great time. Cool. Other people are trying to as well. Like, there's a group behind them. It's like a nice date between like a guy and a girl. And it was funny because Yuki like looked at the girl's dress and was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I thought that was funny because it was like 2 patterns. I don't fucking know. I don't know fashion, obviously.
Well, we're the pinnacle of fashion, clearly.
Oh yeah, definitely Vans t-shirt and wrestling shirts. That's all I got.
That's all I got.
And then behind that like date was like 3 dudes that were like hardcore, like, I'm gonna beat you at mini golf, like, but like bros.
Macho
like,
Man is at the golf course.
except for like very skinny and wearing like skater clothes and shit.
Mini Macho Man.
Yeah, mini macho man. They want to be a macho man. It's a song.
Got to be a macho.
That was my original RuneScape name.
Macho Man.
Macho Man 1995.
When you first said that was my original, I thought you were gonna say that was my original ringtone. It's Macho
Yeah.
Man.
That'd be even better. But no, it was Macho Man 1995 because wrestling. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. See, I know that. I know that. I remember that.
And me and my RuneScape, I'm just chopping down trees going, oh yeah! Snap into a Slim Jim.
And then they banned you.
Yeah. I got completely separate. I got banned from Club Penguin once because I think I copied and pasted like a
What's Club
rap
Penguin?
song. You know what Club Penguin is? Wait, what the fuck? That's like such a like an anomaly that you don't know what Club Penguin is.
I don't know what is it?
It was like RuneScape, except for you were a fucking penguin. And like the deal was like it was just this giant online thing. You could like buy different like, like outfits for your penguin. You could buy these little fur balls called puffins. And then you would also like play mini games and shit. And like you could chat. It was like a New World thing. Like New
Okay,
Life.
well, yeah, I know what you mean now.
Yeah.
What year was this like huge?
Like early 2000s. Like when I was a kid, like that was the shit.
So
and
early
then, like-
2000s. So all right, how old were you?
Like 5 or 6.
All right, that makes sense then. Because in early 2000s, I was 15, 16.
That's like what, like early high school?
I was in high school.
Okay, so maybe that makes sense. But still, like that was
That's why
such
I
a
didn't
big
know.
thing though. Like even with like
Well, because I don't know, I was online then. I had my own computer. I had a PC then. So I was on it, but I wasn't. What was I doing on there? I don't even know. I mean, I still had a.
boom.
Well, I mean, let's get it out. But that's a later in the evening thing, so I wasn't doing that while the
You're
sun
not a
was up.
6 a.m.
No, I'm not a 6 a.m.
You're not a
pipe
6
cleaner. Not getting the clog out at 6 a.m.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I don't know. I still had my my PS2 and everything, so I was more so doing like playing Grand Theft Auto.
you were pipe
3.
cleaning to Tomb Raider.
Nah, that was before then. That was like late 90s.
Cool.
Anyway,
But yeah,
Club Penguin.
I don't know
yeah.
where I got there from. Okay, golf. Back to mini golf. Macho men that were behind the
That's
the
how
couple.
we got to everything.
They were behind the couple, and like all of us are waiting on this fucking family of 4, and like they don't give a fuck about anyone else trying to play this game.
Right.
There was a point where like I lost my ball because I was an idiot. Like I went to hit it and it went there's this one part where there's like a bridge, and then the right side's open so that you do lose your ball. And it went down there. I was like, shit, whatever. And then we got it. We actually fished it out before it went down the waterfall. And then I said, I'm just going to throw it on the other side just so I don't have to deal with that and hit it again. Somehow, through accuracy or stupidity, there was a rock that came to a tip.
It's a rock.
And it hit the perfect tip of the rock and then bounced off the waterfall, like down into the giant area. So I lost my ball. I played with a rock for a bit, and then I went through and got another ball. But like when I went to go get the other ball,
You play with a rock?
yeah, there was like rocks, and then I hit the rock. And then the funny part was I went to put the rock in, and since it's a rock, it's, you know, like built not spherically because it's not built.
That's why I had to ask the question. Like this very smooth rock you played with.
Oh no, it wasn't. I hit it, and it like rolled like straight for like a solid bit. I was like, oh hell yeah, it's gonna go in. And then it got to an area where it was like had like a lip or like a bump, and then it hopped over the wall into the water. So I had to get a new ball, sadly. But yeah, I feel like shit. I had ice cream late at night, and then, you know, proceeded to feel like shit on the drive home.
Future Chris needs to edit in the SpongeBob "It's a Rock" part.
But it's
into
not.
that
It's
part.
not a rock. Well, no, it is a rock, right?
It's a rock.
It's not a boulder. It's a
Yeah.
rock. Yeah. It's a rock. Yeah. It's the rock.
Was that the
Can
same?
you smell the rock?
Okay,
is
we're on to
cooking?
something different now.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, man.
Did you
It's a
see the
time.
article that The Rock said he's done with Fast and Furious?
Oh yeah, and he's like super kind but also salty as fuck at them. Like, yeah, they can go have like however many movies they want. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Love it. Fuck the fan. No offense. Fuck the
Yeah. Edit that shit. Make that too, Stumbler.
fa 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 fa. What's the one song? Fa 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 fa.
What song is that?
It's a rock song. I don't remember.
Wait. I know.
Run away.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what the song is though.
Me neither.
Yeah, but you know the
I think.
the melody. I don't know the song. It's whatever.
We're
What
all
was What are we talking about?
Everything. We're brain dead.
Yes.
Let's rewind for a second because there was
Okay.
something I wanted to ask you in that penguin. What's it called?
Club Penguin.
Club Penguin thing. You said you got banned for writing raps.
Oh no, I copied and pasted a rap song that had curse words in it into the chat, and it banned me for cursing for 15 years because of how many curses there were. It was based on like if you use a curse, it would be like you're banned for this amount of days, and it was just like one of those ones where it was just like I couldn't even tell you what the fucking song was, and it was just like tons of fucks, tons of everything. And I was just like copy paste, Control V,
Eminem
Control
in
V, just like in there. And it's like you're banned for 15 years, but like in minutes. Like I did the math and shit 'cause I'm a smart boy with math.
Ooh.
Not really. There's calculators. So yeah, I got banned and then I never played again. That also ended. That was like a big deal. I'm surprised you didn't remember that when like they made a big deal that they were closing the servers and there was this thing on the map where you could go. There was like an iceberg, right? Mm-hmm. And you could dance, like make your character dance in the game. And there was always this like meme where it was like you would go to the iceberg and you would be like a bunch of people dancing on it. And you'd be like, oh my God, the iceberg just moved. Like it's going to flip the iceberg if you go on this one end.
Yeah.
And when they finally did, like were saying like, hey, we're shutting down the server, they actually had people and everyone was on the iceberg. And as it was like I think it was like 10 minutes or so, they flipped the iceberg in game. Like for the last 10 minutes of the game. And then it was just done.
That's pretty good.
It was very poetically cool. That happened like 2-3 years ago, or maybe even 5 by now. But that was like a big deal in video game news, which is funny that it was. But yeah, Club Penguin was something.
In high school, around that time, when me and my friends were on the computer, we were doing a whole bunch of looking at Newgrounds and like those stick figure ninjas.
Yeah, like the
movies,
stick fights.
Stick fight. Yeah. That was like the thing that we were doing.
Flash games were the best. That there was one called Thing Adventure And it was a platformer with guns, and like your mouse was like where you would aim.
I feel like I remember this.
It was like a circle character, like you were a circle
Yeah.
like body parts, and you would just like go around and kill people. And there was like a series of them. I think we talked about it once previously, but there was one called Thing Arena 2, where it was just like I guess like a horde mode type thing where you just drop in and they just keep coming at you and see how long you can last. But you could go to a gun range and like test out all the different guns, and they're like just sitting there. You press E on it, you would equip it. There was like a test dummy, but there was also like a cashier there because it was like a gun store. So like that was an actual character, and if you shot him, he would whip out a Gatling gun and just start like beaming you, and like you would die almost immediately, and it would reset the world. But if you killed him, he dropped the Gatling gun,
And now you got it.
and now you have it, and you can go over there and like eviscerate the training thing. It was fun. Unreal Tournament, that was a good
I remember
one.
Unreal Tournament.
That was great. It was never like good because it was always laggy as fuck, but it was fun as fuck. I always used the purple laser gun. It was like a sniper.
It's been a while, but I do remember
Yeah.
this. Do you remember a service? This is before, like, we got Tetris 99 now, all these online Tetris games. Do you remember Tetranet?
That sounds like the next Adam Sandler movie.
Tetranet sounds like next
Tell me
time.
I'm wrong.
What is the movie about?
It's about Tetris, like straight up.
He already did a Pixels.
Yeah, it's Pixels 2, but it's not at all those people. It's just the guy that it's the autobiography about the guy who's the best at Tetris, and Adam Sandler plays him.
Of course.
Yeah, 100%.
course.
Gary Buscemi,
Wow.
Gary Busey, and
To combine two actors.
Steve Buscemi. Anyway,
But yes,
Sorry. What's
Tetranet.
Tetranet?
It was online Tetris before online Tetris was like mainstream.
So like, was it like Battle Royale or was it
like you would get friends all sign on this site at one time, and you could just play Tetris against each other.
Interesting.
I don't remember. We used to fucking love Tetranet. I'm about to Google that. I don't even think I said Tetranet out of my mouth since I used to play it in the early 2000s.
To get out.
I don't even know how I found it. I found it and then I told two of my other friends about it, and we would just play it on computer online.
We had that, but it was
Back when we had cable internet.
Yeah, I remember that shit. Get off the fucking internet. I gotta make a call.
Well, no, once we got 56K, like modem, yeah, it was get off the phone. Cable was just through your cable provider. It was like Wi-Fi before Wi-Fi. It was just, I'm trying to think of how to explain it. It's pretty much the same thing, except it was like kind of hardwired.
So it was the same thing, but you didn't need to get off the phone?
Yeah.
So why the fuck was that the next thing in technology after the... Was that prior to that?
Prior to what?
So was the cable thing prior to the dial-up?
No, it was after dial-up.
Okay, that's where I
All
was confused.
right, do you remember DSL?
Like a camera? That's DSLR.
No. I feel so old. DSL was like another type of internet hookup.
To be fair, I was definitely alive
You were
during
alive,
this.
for sure.
It was just the... I was very slow with the technology
It was
in my
50
household.
It was
Like, we hardly even had, like, gaming consoles. Yeah, we also got a screensaver going. I don't know if
We're going to start the show. I promise. All right.
I don't. I don't promise anything.
I'm letting y'all know now, this is one of those
It's gonna be a
episodes.
short
It's
episode.
one of those episodes.
Trust us.
Where
It's
we're
going to be
all
so
over
short.
the place.
It's going to be so
I don't know,
short.
because we're burning a half hour on the intro.
I know, right?
It was 56K. That was like, don't pick up the phone. It's taking the phone line.
Okay.
Then DSL came out, which was like a different kind of wired internet. It's been so long now, I kind of forget.
So for context, DSL, that was dial-up.
No. 56K was dial-up.
That's what, numbers.
Right.
Okay.
Then it was DSL,
Then
which was
DSL.
way faster. Not as fast as cable, but faster.
And then it just was like
Then it went to
magically the best
cable, that's what you got through your
internet service provider.
right. That's what you got through
Television,
Comcast,
technically.
yeah, through them. And then everything went to just everything wireless, Wi-Fi.
Dude, it's weird
Internet.
when being a kid when that shit was happening. It feels like it was just there. Like, you know, like how there's the discussion now where it's like there's never going to be a kid that never knows what no internet is and whatnot.
Right.
Like, it's weirder, in my opinion at least, being among the generation where it happens so fast that you don't remember when it just happened. Because it seems like it was kind of just like there is no internet and then there is internet in my memory bank. Like I have a fucking PlayStation 1 memory card in my head. Probably I have the vaccine. Is that how it works?
What?
I don't know.
What are we?
I was listening to This Is Important on the way up, and they were making jokes about like the vaccine having the microchip and then memory card, and now I'm here dying. Anyway, I don't know what I was saying. Yeah, the internet just happened. I feel like we have to be living in the Matrix. You ever see that shit? Like that conspiracy?
Yes.
I've been talking about conspiracy theories a lot, and I don't like it because now it makes me think like I'm one of those guys.
Mm-hmm. Well, explain it. Explain it.
I don't know this.
For context.
The gist is that we're in the Matrix. Like the Matrix movie was kind of just like a, hey, y'all are in this right now type thing. Because like things just kind of happen. And like nothing makes sense. That's my basic understanding of it. Like you see, I don't know if the cat thing with the deja vu bullshit is the thing, but like I don't know. Some days I feel like that, like the whole Truman Show.
Yes, I honestly feel like that too sometimes.
Dude, I always get like super introspective when I have those thoughts. Cause like I'll be like, man, am I in the Truman Show right now? And like then I'm like, no, why the fuck would people watch me? I'm not important. Like what? And then like I'm like, well, maybe it's not just me. Maybe it's like a simulation thing, and I'm like you're in the Warzone lobby and you can spectate the next player type thing. And then I just like no, that's why am I? It's Tuesday and I'm in the drive-thru of Popeyes. Can I just get my chicken?
To be fair, we've seen shows like that where you're watching someone in a drive-thru get their stuff. It could be all.
It could.
One
I don't know, man.
Like.
I'm just tired.
We are going down the rabbit hole in this episode. This is the episode too. We're going to talk about games, but this is just this is what the Patreon's going to be like.
This is the funny part to me is like I was making all the TikToks and I was like, man, are we a video game podcast? Because it's like all of the funny moments came from fucking like the Space Jam review.
Well,
and then like just random shooting the shit and me talking about ASMR and monkey noises.
That was hilarious. But see, I think this is if we're going to come back to that what we were just talking about.
Yeah, but in the intro when we hype up the TikTok on the titty.
This whole episode is like, man, when we get the episode started, hour and a half in. But now I lost my train of thought.
Fuck.
But I think that's what makes this a good podcast. If I can talk like, if this is a sitcom, this is me breaking the fourth wall pretty much. And I'm looking directly into the camera, which I literally am. But at the same time...
Division. Go ahead.
You quite done now? You get that out your system.
I'm really not.
Yeah, me either. But I think like when I listen to a podcast, that's kind of when I sign up for. If I listen to a lot of video game podcasts, and there's some that I felt falling off of because they were as weird as this sounds, was just talking about video games. Like I already know what happened in gaming. I'm listening to you because I like the personalities attached to the information you're giving me, or I like how you deliver it or your perspective on it. If you're just a podcast, a video game podcast. Or any podcast. If you're just telling me facts, this happened and then this happened. Wow, that was amazing. Next topic. It's like, well, I could go on Twitter for all that.
True.
Like I listen to podcasts because I like the person who's giving me the information. I like their personalities. I like their sense of humor. Mm-hmm. I like the angle they come at it from.
No, I agree.
I go for the X factor on top of the information.
That's the podcast episode. The X Factor.
We have a podcast episode named that already.
Oh. It's funny because I was going to say the podcast should be called Off the Rails because we're like the crazy train meme.
Too.
We have that. Or kill us.
I let you know how long we've been doing this, and unbeknownst to us, we're coming up on a year, which is almost crazy.
Yeah. We're getting there. But yeah. Hopefully all that recorded. Let's get into the show.
Yeah, let's get into the show.
That's where I was like, man, this is actually a good conversation. Hopefully this is all done.
We should just do the intro and go right back.
Yeah. don't know if we did it last week too. That was another thing.
We didn't do it?
No, we didn't do it last week.
We had to have done it.
No.
Because the only reason I'm saying that is because I know we were talking about, hey, this save before quitting. Da, 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 da. We went down the thing.
We did the thing, but we didn't do the level up. I don't think
we had to, because that leads right in. Now I have to know now.
Well, like last week's episode, after the intro, we're still talking.
I know. I did that on purpose.
Okay, I thought that we didn't do level up at all. Maybe I'm just missing it because I'm dumb.
I did that on purpose to add that.
Hey. That guy sounds tired.
They have to see it. Because it's like, get your audio amigo, we love you, but get fucked.
So maybe it was you.
All the above.
Yeah.
Also, they have the lowercase. You can get the classic one, the lowercase T
the
one.
old boy one.
Yeah.
That's back in the day, back when I didn't even like Twitter. This is the titty talk.
Have to
So then we did do it.
in their logo.
Nope.
That's why.
Who the fuck did it?
Y'all the NGPs. It would be let's find a clever way. We would make a shirt that says run it anyway. Probably. So much violence in so little time.
Oh, that was the ligma part.
Yeah.
Sunday is the Lord's Day. That means violence,
It's the rest day, and clearly I didn't get enough because I was just slipped on all of that. I didn't even run it anyway. Save letter B number 4 quitting on Twitter, Instagram.
We didn't say
Twitch,
level up
TikTok.
last week.
It's
That was it right there.
Gamers, and welcome.
Wait, what?
It was me.
I'm Chris. And this
I
is
didn't
Save
hear it.
Before
I'm
Quitting.
dumb. And here we are, level up gamers, and welcome back to episode 41
Best episode of the
of the
show.
Save Before Quitting podcast. What? Jesus Christ! Welcome fucking back. We are here.
Are we here?
We are trying. Just wait till we start playing the games.
Oh yeah, that's gonna
Fuck.
be. Maybe we should do it tired all the time. This is entertaining.
Yeah, right.
I'm entertained doing it. Usually I'm entertained after the fact when I'm listening back.
Man. All right. Welcome back. Of course, yes, NGPs and people who are tuning in for the first time. Hey, welcome. Sorry. It's a video game podcast.
What an
we swear.
episode to start with.
We swear it's a video game podcast, and you can see that by checking out our previous episodes and also following us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and our YouTube page. Go search for Save Before Quitting over there. Everywhere else, it is Save, the letter B, the number 4, Quitting. And you can also go to our website, Save Before Quitting, fully spelled out. That. And you got some merch options that we want to pick up. We have some more people who picked up merch this week. We appreciate you.
We love you.
We love you. I put in my merch order. Ant didn't last week, and we're going to do it this
After
week.
we said on the show that I would right after that, we went right into Resident Evil and totally forgot.
And then I was like, I got to get home, Money in the Bank. And it was not that great. Anyway, but is that all? Yeah, follow us on YouTube. We have a new Resident Evil video out. It was a little bit of a longer video because we let out last week. We did not do one 2 weeks ago when we were doing the upgrades. So we did a little bit of a longer episode for you. Got a little bit farther. Figured out some more story elements in which we had our daughter's head in a jar of I don't know what's going on. And we're apparently going to put her back together.
Like
video
we
game
do.
style. You know, we're going to take down 2 people and then we'll get to the main boss and there we go. We'll probably be doing that right after this podcast. So there's that. What's next?
Well, what's next is you want to get right into what we've been playing, or we can go back to that Matrix conversation.
So I've been playing Pokemon Unite.
Okay.
It's I hate that it's fun. I'm gonna say that. I don't like that it's fun because I wanted to not like it because it's one of those things. Like it's funny. Currently today on Saturday, which is a day earlier than we normally record, there is a fuck. I don't know if you would call it an event, but our friends are getting together and playing Magic the Gathering, the card game. And they invited me, and I declined. Not because of the podcast, because we hadn't made that decision yet, but because I don't want to go and like it. Because if I like it, then I will put money into it. A lot of money. Like a lot. More than, because like they're expensive.
That answers my question as to why you were mad that you liked Pokemon now.
So that, yes. see, it was all a leading thing. So that's the reason why I didn't do that. Because like, they were like, oh, we have decks that you can use and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but if I like it, then I'm going to want my own, and then I'm going to buy cards, and then it's going to be a whole thing, and I don't want to do that because I already spent enough money on stupid shit, which I can talk about some shit that I bought this week. That's stupid shit that I sent you that was actually cool, but whatever.
It's pretty cool.
Anyway, I've already spent $20 in Pokemon Unite. Free game, by the way.
That should tell you a lot.
Pretty much, in this game, there's a free battle pass that everyone gets just by playing. You get items and like stuff and like outfits for your trainer that you can unlock and whatnot. And then there's the premium battle pass, which is what I purchased. And then there's I think it's called the ultra premium, which is just like, you get 20 levels for free on top of it, but it's more expensive, so it's not for free. You're just paying for 20 more levels. I do that in Apex most seasons. For like, they have the regular battle pass and then like the premium where you just spend a little bit extra and you get a little bit farther, faster, stronger. Matrix.
Go.
Why can't we be funny with video game stuff? Because now that's going to be a TikTok too.
Is it?
It is. You bet your ass it is.
That's it. That's a you decision. I don't know if things are going to be a TikTok until after you tell me they are after I'm done.
We're a music podcast now in my eyes after last week. But so I spent $20. To be fair, I didn't want to. I was coaxed into it by my brother because I was just going to get $5. But since it's the first week of it, they're running this deal where if you spend X amount, they will match that amount in in-game currency with you. So, like, I was just going to get the $5 because that's how much it costs for the Battle Pass. He's like, but why don't you get the 20? Because it's a better deal because you get the 20 extra dollars in in-game currency.
Is that Ryan's actual voice?
No, his voice is like mine except for like a slightly different tone and rhythm.
Okay, that was the non-fun response you gave me.
Sorry, I'm not fun. I spend money on Pokemon.
No, actually, his voice is different because I'm sorry.
Did I say it like that?
No.
Oh, I thought I did. I was like, fuck, I'm so tired. I don't even know what my
extra
tone.
sauce on it, but I didn't expect you to give me the actual
Chick-fil-A sauce. I'm hungry.
Never mind. I'm gonna keep my insult now.
Sorry. But he was like, you should get it. It's a better deal. And I'm like, fuck you. You're right, but not really. 'Cause it's just the same thing, but more. So I did that. I also purchased the Greninja character.
Greninja.
Do you know who Greninja is?
Yes, because he's on Smash Brothers.
Yeah, he was in the movie too, right? The Detective Pikachu. Towards the end.
Yeah, he was in Detective Pikachu.
They were like chasing after what's his name? I don't know his name, but I love him as an actor. Anyway, but I got him, and I got his like alternate outfit, which is like a superhero, and it's really cool. The only thing that sucks is that he only gets the outfit when you fully evolve him. So you start off as the base evolution, and as you like kill Pokemon, and like you get these points. So you get these points by like slam dunking them into the like the three different spots on the pathway, like literally just like you just like hold X and then slam dunk your points.
Space Jam. So it's Space Jam.
Yeah, it is. It's really Space Jam New Legacy straight up.
Come on and slam and get Pokemon Jam. Come on and slam.
Why didn't they call it Pokemon Jam?
Because no one would take it seriously. But then I guess technically,
if you think about it, that'd be so much better.
Nintendo, come on, just pay me.
Pokemon,
What's up? Hire me,
bro. But no, it's surprisingly fun. Like,
you can unlock LeBron James and Pokemon Unite. Oh yeah.
No, you're good. I'm glad you were thinking it too. And that's just Ryan Reynolds. She's like, hey there, I'm Ryan Reynolds. I can't do his voice. He's a very special character.
What are you talking about, Pokemon? We have to fight evil basketball players in a tournament?
That's nice. Anyway, but yeah, it's fun. It's really fun.
Pikachu, you should play basketball.
There is a skin for Pikachu where he wears a sideways cap and hoodie, which is, like he's just a
hip hop.
Yeah, it looks really good. All the different skin options you can get, they're really cool. It makes me want to spend money. There's something you can get for your trainer. It's like a hoodie that's a Snorlax, but it's like an oversized hoodie, so you look like comfy as fuck. But the gameplay is really cool. It's straight up like League of Legends. More so, I would say Heroes of the Storm, because I feel like that's like a simplified version of League of Legends. Mm-hmm. That's from Blizzard, where they like take their characters and just put it in a MOBA. You get your 2 moves that you level up over time as you're leveling your character. You pretty much just kill Pokemon along your pathway. So like there'll be like 3 Apom, and you'll just kill them. You'll get like 2 points from each of them. And then there'll be like this, I forget what the name of it is, but some like weird pink one at the bottom. And you'll get like 5 points from him. And then there's 2 in the middle that you get different power-ups from. One's called like a buffalant, I think. And it's like a buffalo with like giant horns. And then a ludicolo. You kill them. One gives you like a speed boost. One gives you like an attack boost if you get it. And then as you're making your way closer towards the middle, it'll go to your enemy's side. And there'll be the circle pad on one of the top mid or bottom path. And you'll just slam your points in there. You need 100 points to like unlock that. And while it's still there, you can't go past it without getting like a super speed like drop. So like you'll be stuck there pretty much.
Okay.
Which is cool because like it keeps you back and makes you not overextend. So that's fun. There's some cool like moves you can do with your teammates where it's like you're just like, you know, one of you hides in the bushes and like it'll have like the little eyeball like, you know, emoji. It'll be like a closed eye if you're in the bushes and they can't see you. And like your teammate.
That's like what game does that? Horizon does that.
Yeah. In Skyrim and shit. But you'll like pop out of the bushes and be like, surprise motherfucker, and just like, you know, throw some water shurikens at
Surprise
some people.
motherfucker.
So yeah. It's a good time. I played with Ryan and Yuki one night. That was the one night that you had the power outage.
Yes.
So you got past that and didn't get to play, but it's fine. We didn't do amazing that night. And then the next day I played with the guys from Haptic. Well, actually, I only played with Brett. And then we were like, Josh, get it. He's like, no, fuck you. League of Legends sucks ass. And then he tried it, and he's like, this is actually really fun. It's like League of Legends light. And I'm like, yeah, so play it. So now we're going to try and play it at some point, but it's pretty fun. It's a good time.
I'm definitely trying to play now. Yeah. Now that spoiler alert, my power is back on. So.
Yeah, as you can see.
You're right.
But yeah, it was a good time. I really haven't really played much besides that. I touched Apex for maybe like once this week. I finished the battle pass, so there's no reason for me to play. So like, I'm not. There is some Apex news in the news section for the new hero that was announced during the EA event, which we'll talk about, and I'm very excited. And I think that character might be my new main because I like the kit. But we'll get into that in a bit. And then other than that, yeah, mini golf. That's it.
MINI golf.
That's all I've played this week. How about you?
Well, earlier before you came, I was playing some Mario Maker 2 with Trenton. I also played. I picked up Ori again because I was playing it for a while and kind of put it down.
You're
so
still on the first one, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I'm like a little over halfway through that. So I'm just kind of making my way in that.
Jedi Blast.
You already know. Those are really the only two things I really dove into because it's just been a crazy week, and I feel like I say that every week, but this has been a busy summer for me, to say the least. All for good reason though. A lot of this stuff I've been busy with, you'll see the fruits of all that labor later coming up in the next month or so. Yeah. I also downloaded, and I can't wait to play it because I'm hyped. Death's Door, Devolver's new game. It's on Xbox and PC.
I might be picking that up when I get home tonight.
Heard nothing but everybody online is raving about it. I listened to a couple of podcasts. Everybody's saying how it takes them back to an old school, over-the-top Zelda-esque game, but implements a lot of new school traditions that are in newer games out now. I like that. Of the time, anyway. And so I'm really excited to test that out.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully I have some time tonight. I'll just turn it on real quick.
Maybe we'll play it for YouTube.
Yeah. That'll be nice too.
Maybe. Or we'll just stream it. Fuck it.
Yeah, right.
We could just stream it.
True that. We could.
Yeah. Just be like, hey, what's up, guys? Saturday stream. Fuck you.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. You missed it if you weren't here, bitch.
Because we love you.
We love you. Fuck you.
And that's pretty much it for my gaming week that I can remember off the top of my head. Attempted to play Pokemon Unite, but that was a ridiculous evening for me.
You at least downloaded it so it's there and ready. So like, even if like later tonight you're done with Death's Door and you want to hop into it, I'm sure that I'm going to be playing it anyway, and Ryan has been playing it nonstop. So if you want to hop in,
right.
we hopped in our Discord. Join our Discord.
Please.
Join the community Discord. We have Discord channels where you can voice chat and play games with people for funsies. But we were in the voice chat and just like chilling with like our Switches like next to our PCs, or I think Yuki was on her phone and whatnot. We were just playing through some Unite and just like, having a good time.
Got it.
So
Cool.
we'll probably do that later tonight, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, now on to the section where we all pick up our phones. Or are we gonna do it on the TV this time? Oh shit, we're
so we can
fancy
see the
motherfuckers.
EA thing.
So to start this off, the EA event, I want to give a shout out to Ant because I completely forgot that it was happening.
I almost did too, and the only reason I remembered is because I was listening to another game podcast, not better than this podcast though, and they were
Fuck
talking
those guys,
right,
or girls, or
it was an
days.
episode of a show that had came out that Tuesday. I was listening to it that Thursday morning.
Gotcha.
It was like yeah, I think the EA thing is Thursday, and I was like, what the fuck? So it was like an hour before it happened, and I was like, oh
Yep.
shit, that's in an hour.
Yep, and you texted me like as it came on, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" And I literally loaded it up right away, and I didn't miss. I literally loaded it up right as like the whole EA animation thing, like
Yeah, and I missed the very beginning of it. I turned
Hey,
it
look,
on. It
it's
was
the new Lil Nas video.
It is, and that's all I gotta say about that.
I have no qualms with the gentleman. I just
No,
I
not at
don't-
all.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that to come across my Twitter screen
There's a
one
lot
day
of
though.
censor bars of men in a shower on the
No.
screen right now, on the big screen.
No bullshit. Like I went to, after work. I went to the gym the day that song came out, Friday, yesterday, and I remember it came out. So I turned on the song. Is dope. Then I saw the visual. I saw the visual without sound on my computer, and I'm on my phone, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Is this the same?" I clicked it, and it was the same song. I'm like,
Hey man, I mean,
live your truth.
live your truth, and if that's your art, that's your art. Go for it, man. I
But-
just didn't expect to see that.
Yeah, I didn't expect to
I
see
want to take a quick so we have the EA Live right here. We'll probably skip through a bit.
Right. And if
Fucking
you're- if-
Austin Creed.
I did not expect this. I didn't know he was doing this.
Neither did I. And I
And-
was so happy.
And just for real quick, for the people watching this, the video version of this, if we're looking past the camera, is because I have it up on the screen
And we don't
right
want to
now.
look at you and make eye contact.
Prolonged eye contact. Prolonged eye contact. Prolonged eye contact. Prolonged eye contact.
Right, we're uncomfortable. We're
Yeah.
awkward.
Prolonged eye contact. Prolonged eye contact. Prolonged eye contact. Prolonged eye contact. Lick your lips to make it more comforting.
But yeah, Austin Creed shows up on what looks like, I don't know if you've seen the behind the scenes of the Mando stuff, but it's like this giant like scape that they use.
Yes,
in
I think you
Mando.
showed me that.
Yeah, I think they call it the Void or something like that. And it's pretty much that. That's what the whole presentation goes down on. There's this whole thing where it's like, oh yeah, there's a secret code, blah, 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 enter at the end. I've done that every fucking EA play. Never won a thing. Fuck you, EA. But also not, because I liked everything you showed.
I didn't even realize they were doing all that till the end, where they said, "If you've been paying attention,"
Yeah.
but I was working, so I was like, working and like looking at my
Yeah.
phone.
No, I feel you. But yeah, I was also doing the same thing. I had it up on the side while I was working in my spreadsheets and such. But I would love to be Austin Creed in this moment right now, seeing all this happen, like being in that space. Like,
Yeah,
so the first game's like this giant racing hype up. I don't really know much about racing games or like if these games are like, well known. But it was from Codemasters.
right. What game was this?
We are skipping ahead in the video slightly.
It looks. I mean, everything looks amazing.
Yeah.
but I'm just trying to remember what the name of this was. I might
Cars.
also bring up just a list on my phone so that we could say it as it comes.
Electronic Arts and Codemasters. But yeah. Oh yeah, this made me hype.
This is the Grid or something like that. No.
Yeah, so this is the racing game they were hyping up. It's called Grid, and it has like live action
No, Grid Legends.
Grid Legends. It has like live action cutscenes and actors as the characters of the game, which is really interesting to me because I there's a part of me that wants it to just be this, where like the game is the cars. But then when it's like the cinematics and shit, it's actual filmed people.
That's a really good. It works.
It works and it's really cool and different. I don't know if we've ever seen something like that before as well. Like
We're at a place graphically in video games where you could easily pull that off.
yeah, and like it makes complete sense in this game as well because it's like you're never seeing these characters because it's mainly just them talking and like they're sitting in the driver's seat. Even if you do see them, it's just a helmet,
Right.
but like having like these like outer like cinematics of like all these characters and their personalities and like what they're like as drivers. One of them's like a huge asshole who like doesn't give a fuck if he like knocks you off the track or some shit. And then like this guy, I don't know what his name is, but he's in a TV show that I'm really big fan of on Netflix. Fuck, what is it called? I think it's called Sex Ed or something like that. It's like a British comedy where it's like this kid.
I think it is called Sex Ed.
Yeah, his mom's like a sex therapist, and then like he starts giving sex therapy advice to his like high school friends.
I think I do. I think I know. I've seen it come across like advertised on my Netflix before.
That guy, he's the best friend of the main character, and they're very good in that show. Love that show. And he's like one of the main dudes in this, so that looks really fun. This actually looks like a racing game that I want to pick up.
Yeah,
more than like others, surprisingly.
It reminds me of a more interesting, I'll say, Gran Turismo.
It has more reason to play it, I feel. Because like, now that you have these characters that like have faces that you can relate to, that you can like, you can be these people and like live their story.
Yeah.
And while the only way that you're living it is literally just driving a car, it works so much better.
Well, I think a lot of sports games have been doing that now. Like I think Madden did that one year. 2K has been doing that, where they add a story to it to get you more invested. But so I think that's a good angle, though. I mean, because games like this and other sports games get that reputation of, oh, you're just putting out the same game every year. Yeah. So they had to throw in something to mix it up.
But I actually want to play this game, like straight up.
Yeah.
After that, the hypest moment for me. We got some Apex Legends news on Season 10 and the new hero. This little gold thing that they showed on screen is actually the thing that was the like precursor that I was telling you about last week, where you could find it on the map and it had the heartbeat. You found this on the ground. I actually played with Lucas and Ryan, and we got the little charm for it. But this new character looks like so much fun. Ironically, he reminds me of Lil Nas.
Because with the fucking cowboy hat,
the cowboy hat, and like just like, didn't he used to have like the hair like that, where it was like the short dreads? Or am I thinking of somewhere else?
I might be thinking because as far as I know, he's always looked like he looks now. Yeah.
Okay, I am wrong, but he reminds me very much of his energy. Like he's got like a very. It's weird because he's slightly sexual in a way.
He is.
Like his body moves in like a very like fluid and like sexual emotion.
It threw me off a little bit because when they show like in this trailer, they show like his younger self.
Yeah.
You don't think he's gonna grow up to be that.
Exactly.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. But
no, I love it.
The transition of it was like, oh, okay.
And then like the voice actor that they chose, I'm not sure of the name of the person yet, but like just like the nice like undertone, just talking like so, and the cockiness and confidence of him just walking around.
He is very fluid.
He literally looks like, imagine
very
Bruce
flamboyant.
Lee, like move like water, Bruce Lee shit. It's not going to be like that in the game at all, which is kind of shitty because it's, they can't really do that. But the whole entire animation itself is also so well done.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is like an allusion to something that's going to happen in the game, but there's a part in the trailer in which there's an avalanche of snow happening. I don't think that'll be a thing that happens on maps, like as like actual things, like, like fucking, oh, there's an avalanche, get out of the way of the rocks or else you'll die.
But wait, has Apex, or is that what this is? Has Apex done something Fortnite-esque where the game evolves as you play it?
The map, no. Not live wise, like it'll change. Like there'll be like a cinematic where it's like, oh, this has happened to the map, and then it'll just be like, this is the map now. Like somewhat like this. Like there was one in the early seasons where there was like monsters on the outskirts in the water, and they would always like make noises and shit. And then there was a cinematic in which they walk onto the map, and they destroy a bunch of shit. And then the map updated in game, and they were on the map, and they would like, like their feet would be there and shit, and like they would lift their feet and like slam it down. And if you were under it, get fucking wrecked type shit. But
they're really selling this guy, this new character. Like they're like, even as somebody who doesn't play as consistently as you guys, obviously, it's like it's got me interested and intrigued as to what this is all about.
That's my favorite part about Apex. I think is that besides the fact that it's a really good battle royale, is the fact that all of the characters are very interesting, and like it makes you care about the people. Again, like it's similar to the grid. Like it's like you care about the people more than just the gameplay, but then the gameplay backs it up. at the same time.
Which leads us full circle back to that podcast conversation we had at the top of the show.
Hell yeah.
Look how good we are at this.
Yeah, right? Full circles.
Right.
But yeah, this dude looks like so much fun.
What's his name?
I don't remember off the top of my head because hopefully they show it in a second or I'll look it up. But the new season is called Emergence, and it's coming very, very soon. This new character's kit looks very fun. He has a passive, I think, ability where if you're aiming down sights, you have a... Actually, let me pull up my Twitter, because I definitely have a tweet from someone who sent it to me with the specifics of it. I know the general overarching themes. It's more or less just the specifics that I'm not...
Seer. Isn't that his name?
Seer, yeah. Like,
Okay.
I think it's like SEER.
Okay.
But like seer, I
Right.
guess. So, basic abilities of this guy. Passive is when he's aiming down sights, he has a heartbeat sensor that gives him hints, in quotes, of the enemy's locations. So it'll probably just be like, kind of like COD with, what's the one perk called, where it's like if someone's aiming at you, you can see a direction on like the outside of the screen.
I know what you're
that
talking
does
about,
that.
yeah.
Something like that is what I'm thinking it's going to be, where it's going to be like, you ADS and then you see like, oh, to the right there's like a shade of red or something. There's an enemy over there. His tactical, or L1 if you're on controller, I think it's no, it's not shift. E on PC? I don't know. I've only played on PC twice. But he sends out little drones from his chest piece and that reveal and track enemy locations.
As you're saying it, it's coming up.
Yes. So he's another tracker character. We've already got Crypto right now, who's got the drone, and that pretty much all it does is like it flies around. And you can like ping people live. With this character, it's more like you release it, and then those are the drone without you having to control it, which is
Right.
nice. I can't wait till this comes out and we can do Crypto, Seer, and Bloodhound, because Bloodhound has that scan where like then you can see the highlights of your enemies through walls and shit.
Okay.
On top of this guy having his ability, and then if you have the drone out as well, giving
You're
you
just
line
taking control
things.
of the whole battlefield at that point.
Oh, yeah. And then on top of that, you do take control of the battlefield with his ultimate when you release out hundreds of the drones, and it creates like a sphere in this area where it locks all of your enemies in that space and tracks them at the same time. So like
That's kinda
final
dope.
circle, like you and like one other team, you lock them in that circle and they can't go
It's a
anywhere.
wrap after that.
Yeah. So, and I think they also lose their audio, like if they're in the circle. So
Yeah.
like they don't hear shit. So like if you're like behind them making footsteps, they won't hear it. So he looks like he's extremely fun. I cannot wait for him at all. I think there's a new gun as well that's coming to this season. I don't remember what ammo type or specifically what it is off the top of my head. But yeah, man, so much fun. And
Now, what exactly is Emergence?
Emergence is just like the name of the
Oh,
season.
it's the name of the season. Okay,
yeah,
all
so
right.
like each season they'd give it like, you know, like one of those one word like cool like Transformers sequel title bullshit. I'm not sure if it has any relevance to the story, like because there's always an underarching story of the world and like what's going on. Last season there was something where like every single season there's this thing with comics now where you find like a little thing that comes out of a bin and that unlocks a new comic page. Last season it was something where like there was this like weird virus that showed up and like roots took over like this giant area of the map and like
shit.
completely controlled it. And they're in the comics they like went to a different place to find like the cure and whatnot. So this season there'll probably be something along those lines. There's also already like voice lines in the game when you found that little teaser for different characters saying, oh yeah, my buddy's on his way or something like that. But they also showed off one of his finishing emotes, which people don't really do often because it's kind of hard to do it because once you do that, you're locked in that animation when they're down.
Can you be killed during that animation?
You can be shot at and it cancels the finisher. So like you
that
can
sucks.
recover,
Yeah.
but it's not like Call of Duty where it's like if you're doing it, you're just pretty much dead because kill time in Call of Duty is no problem. But
Well, the gameplay reveals at 26.
yeah, 7/26 is the gameplay reveal. If you're listening to this, it's already out.
Right.
But the actual event and like the new character drop, I think it's August something when it comes out. I forget what the date is.
August 3rd?
August 3rd or maybe 13th.
Oh, I thought it was early.
I don't know. But that comes out pretty soon. I will sure as hell be requesting off for that, which we'll come back to in a
Yep,
question
that's the question.
submitted on the Discord server.
We also got an email.
So we have multiple questions to answer at the end of this. But
Well, the email's not really a question. Wait, unless we got more than one email. The email I saw was not a question.
I don't remember it though.
Kev is giving us the follow-up on the rollback netcode.
Okay, so that's not a question, but we will come back to that. The next game shown. I forgot this was coming.
Lost in Random.
Yes. This game, I think was it shown at E3?
Was it? I feel like this is the first time I saw it.
No, we've seen this before, like a while ago. It might have even been Game Awards, honestly. But it very much has Coraline vibes, like old stop motion. The director of the actual game was on with Austin Creed talking about it, and that's what he was saying, that the game is very based off of like the old like stop motion animations that he watched as like a kid, and like it very much just looks like a stop motion movie that you play as with this little girl character. I think their twin sisters, Even and Odd, are their names, and then one gets separated from the other, and you get this little dice like companion to like move around with. But they showed us a decent bit of gameplay in it as well.
They did.
Yeah. Right now we're watching Austin Creed be the exciting and intrepid human he is, leading to the director who has such 90s
And hair
pop
is
punk
doing
hair.
something. It's doing a lot. Let's just get to the trailer.
Yeah. Awkward silence as we watch the video. Here's some audio for you amigos. But yeah,
Beautiful.
Kicks off with some 2D animation of, the basic story of them getting separated and then leading into the actual game. Honestly, it reminds me of It Takes Two a lot.
It did. Except the combat in it. That's the X factor of this thing to me.
The combat looks slightly Horizon Zero Dawn / Breath of the Wild. Like if you took those two and made a love child, and then mixed in, I guess, some Overwatch, because it looks like there's some like abilities you get with cards at the bottom right. But
The cards is what threw me off. I was like, okay, what do the cards do?
yeah, the monster design is insanely cool and like creepy. It looks like you can talk and like choose what you want to say. Which is also
and you
pretty
can choose
neat.
different paths, make different decisions.
Overall, this looks like a day one game for me. Look, they have the seller from Resident Evil.
What are you buying?
Literally, because you buy shit from him,
Right.
ironically. But yeah, man, I'm 100% sold on this. I remember seeing it at a previous event, and they didn't show much. It was very like limited. But this is a lot more. It looks like fun. Like
It does look fun. It looks like a nice. It's one of those games that you can really dive into, because I feel like there's a lot of systems, but not enough that's overbearing. Look, they're all fun. They complement each other well.
yeah. It also looks like with these cards, what it is, you roll the side character, and each of the cards have like different effects and whatnot. I remember one that they focused on during the actual gameplay showing was you can stop time, and you have to like decide what you're gonna do during that time to like make it matter the most. But yeah, each of the cards has different effects and whatnot, and it looks like a shit ton of fun. So yeah, I'm down for it.
Yeah, that's good.
Lost in Random. I guess Random is the name of the place, I think.
I'm assuming even, odd, random.
Yeah.
And next up,
my favorite game that I haven't played in a bit.
once they showed this, I was like, man,
This is me.
this is such a crisp presentation.
Next up is Knockout City. Ironically, it is a crisp presentation because they start off with the racing that has characters with like a show guy that I like, Apex, and then an animation, like stop motion when I'm an animator, and now Knockout City because I like games that are cool.
Plus the
Also,
stuff that's
his
coming up
shirt-
after this.
You see that shirt? Time the fuck out.
Let's go back to the shirt.
I'm throwing up a visual, hopefully, for this. I hope I remember it. It's like a blueprint breakdown of what the dodgeballs are in the game.
Yeah,
And it has like
the inside of it and
the
everything.
gravitron physics accelerator, quantum wave inducer, and I can't read the left one because it's slightly on his
Something
titty.
trajectory module.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool.
Arc
Sorry.
trajectory module.
Arc, yes, that is. Man, I can't read. But yeah, Knockout City. I guess this is their next season that they're announcing.
The movies, go to the movies thing.
Go to the movies. It looks like we're getting a couple new maps, a couple new balls as well, and then a bunch of new like cosmetics so that you can get for your characters. There were some pretty cool ones that they showed off that I was kind of a fan of, was like TV heads and shit like that. The only thing that I don't like about this game is like there's no facial animation on the characters. Which is understandable because you're not seeing your face, you know, like, yeah, cool. But like when you die, you're just deadpan face and like ragdoll. And the ragdoll is great, but like literally just change the facial expression or even just like put X's over the eyes, in my opinion.
Give it some personality.
Yeah, something like funny and cartoony. Because like the ragdolling is already that, but add a little bit extra to it with like some sort of facial animation. I think you have not necessarily the perfect aim, but like it's just a little less. There's less to nitpick about in that way. But this new map looks really cool. It looks like it's a changing map. It's not just like 3 separate maps. It's like it changes from like a romantic movie, from a sci-fi movie to a horror movie, and it has like a projector like type thing on the like the top left that'll change it constantly as it goes. And then there's like a castle one too. It looks extremely fun.
Yeah.
New balls. One's called Bubble Cola. It looks like it explodes like a giant cloud of like soda, I guess. But I don't really know what that does. There's also one that's like a bedroom that looks like you're all tiny and stuff. Speaking of that, I made a purchase that we needed to discuss after this. Remind me after we're done talking about EA.
Got it. Will do.
Yeah, man. But Knockout City is an extremely fun game. You can actually play it if you've not played it yet. At all, you can play it in the trial version up to like level 20 or 8, I think it is. I can't remember the specific number, but you can play it for free up to that level. And then if you like it and you're digging on it, you can actually like buy the game after that and you keep all of
your progress over.
Yeah, which is what I did because I just very much loved the game. Apparently Austin Creed's a huge fan of it. He has like his own team in game, and like,
he does?
Yeah, he has like a team of 3 that he has, and like you can make your own squad. We actually have a save before quitting squad that I made. So once you get the full version of the game and start playing it,
well, I mean, I'm gonna get it now. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we got the save before quitting squad. So if you play Knockout City, let me know. I'll add you to the save before quitting squad. Squidding squad. I'm tired.
Squidding squad.
Leave me alone.
Listen, I feel like for tired people, we're doing pretty good. All right.
Yeah, this next part made me excited.
I haven't played a Battlefield. Battlefield 2042 is up. I haven't played a Battlefield since Battlefield 4, when it launched with PS4.
I have never played a Battlefield.
I
think I picked up one and launched it when I was like 12. Like I launched it and I was like, this isn't Call of Duty, and then I never played it.
This is not what I wanted.
Like, because I was good at Call of Duty when I was young, and when I played this, I was like, this isn't Call of Duty, and I just never played it. Like I never fully played it. Like I had it in my console, but like, you know. But this game, man, it's a lot to like take in how big of a scope this game is. Right now they're just showing people reacting to the gameplay, and they're pretty much doing what we're doing. We're like, oh shit, is he gonna get back in the plane? He gets back in the
falls
plane. That's
into
so
the
fucking
plane.
Cool.
My thing is, I will say, when I saw this, I'm like, is this for the cinematic, or will we actually be able to do all of this?
Apparently, you can do all this shit.
We better be, the way
That's
they're showing it off.
That's the crazy part, man. But the big thing that they showed at this show that was like the new stuff, besides just hyping up the gameplay, was something called Battlefield Portal.
Yes.
It's insane, to say the least. Pretty much, you get the ability to make your own game modes by using the assets and the gameplay and like guns and everything
from other Battlefields,
and like from all of them in the past, right? Like I think it's every single one, and like there's pre-made game modes from like popular content creators. Like there's one that I liked a lot that we'll talk about from the pre-mades, but like you literally go into like a coding menu almost and just say, well, I want this game mode with this, and then this happens if this happens.
And they said it's the game mode that they actually use to make the game.
Yeah. So they're pretty much giving the reins over to the players and letting them make their own game modes. And the cool part about that is that it opens the option for community game modes, besides the fact that there's already the pre-made stuff from like content creators that have had their hands on the game. It's so fucking cool. I love it. It makes me so excited for like the possibilities in this game. Yeah, man. There's not much that I could say besides how much I love the ideas that they have behind this, and it makes me as a person who's never played a Battlefield game, it makes me interested to like almost play all of them slightly, kind of. But
it's pretty much Battlefield Maker.
yeah, it is Battlefield Maker.
And you can have like the Battlefield, like the future Battlefield. I forgot which one that was. Well, I think it was
42. It's this one.
But you can have them facing off against like the Battlefield from like the past.
That was
like
the
World
game
War
mode that I want to
Battlefield.
talk about. We skip forward to that when they talk about the content creator ones. One moment as we fast forward.
Well, I think they're talking about it in the background, right?
So they're showing off all the maps and whatnot that
From
you can
the
choose
old
from,
ones.
and you can put them as the maps that you're playing as. Battle of the Bulge, Valparis, and stuff, and then they show the in-game stuff as well. It looks like a coding menu straight up, like from back when we had Nico on the pod, and he would show us some of the shit he was working on. It looked very similar to this. It was just like not just like plug and play, but like just like drag and drop stuff.
Right.
But oh, there it is. So currently there are 3 game modes that are available right now. Well, not right now, but when the game comes out. One's called VIP Fiesta by Courage JD, who I actually watch on YouTube a lot. In his game mode, you protect your VIP, which is like protect the president. If you ever tried to do that in Warzone before, and each time that you die, you come back with a new game, like a new loadout. This is the one I love: quality versus quantity.
Yes, this was dope.
Yes, dude. One team is of 4 people from 2042 with all like the technology, all of like the stuff that you like have in this new game in the story mode and whatnot. And then the other team is a bunch of people from World War II with World War II guns.
Yes.
It looks like such a good time. Like 4 people versus just like a huge lobby of people. Insane.
It looks like this game is so made for online parties. Like it would be so much like fun.
Oh yeah, 100%. Next is Robot Man by Redacted. I guess they took out the name of whoever that person is that did that. And it is 1 tank against 20 of these little like roaming.
It's like duck-sized robots.
So that's cool. Love it. 10 out of 10. But yeah, that is a Battlefield 2042 Portal.
Looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. I can't wait for it. It's going to be a great time. I just want it now. Don't care how. I want it now.
Change the rules of war.
All right. So
then we
after
get
that,
the one more thing, which was leaked early on.
Yeah.
But I am fully on board with finally playing this. It Dead Space remake.
I've never played a Dead Space, so I
Me
didn't know
neither.
what this is or why it's hype or why people like. Not that I'm shitting on it. It's just I'm like, okay, that's a thing. They didn't really show much to get hype about besides the fact that it is Dead Space.
Yeah.
It is a remaster, not a remake, right? I think.
I thought it was a remaster. I mean, I thought it was a remake.
Oh, I could be wrong.
It might be. Shit, I hit the power button.
Well,
Yeah.
there it goes. It's not happening anymore.
I think it's both. Because
Okay.
they said it's the original, but they've changed a lot of things, and it's built from the ground up.
Gotcha. Okay, that's cool. As a person who's never played one, I would definitely be up to pick it up. It does look like it's. I guess it's more horror looking. I guess.
Yeah. It's like a horror action game.
Gotcha. Not a huge fan of that. As if you're a recent or not recent listener, if you're just a listener of the pod, you know that I'm not a huge horror guy. So there's that.
But I think it's more like action horror. Like it's not. I don't think it's going to be like cerebral Resident Evil horror.
True. Yeah. But yeah, that's coming pretty soon, and that was EA Play Live. It was a really good event. I mean, it was one of the. I think that there was no stinkers the whole time. Like it was just solid, good shit the whole time through.
Man, EA might have saved E3 if they were a part of it.
That right there would have been the best panel for me. If that was at E3, I would have had EA wins, and I would hate to say it, but that's straight up what it is. 10 out of 10 with everything they showed. Nothing that was like too little. Nothing that was too much. Nice little tease at the end for a franchise that everyone loves, and then they went home and they high-fived each other because they should.
It was banger, banger, banger. One more thing, and they were out.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
So, kudos to you, EA. If anyone from EA happens to see this in some point in the future, because y'all fucking did it.
Good job. Electronic Arts.
Yeah. All right. So, other than that, in the news this week, let's head over to the SB4Q Nerdy Gamer People Discord server where we post most of our news. I'm going to scroll up and see what we've been talking about in there, because we've been talking. If you haven't been there, go check it out. You can go to the link tree in our bio. There is the invite link, and you will, if you have a Discord, and you will get a automatic invite. Just read the rules. Pretty much the rules are don't be an asshole.
Easy to,
Yeah.
follow.
And if you are an asshole, sorry, guess what? Deuces, you're out of there. But obviously, I don't think many people will come in there and be an asshole. So there's that. How far back are we going?
Well, it's really not a whole lot, because I think we left off on the last one saying that Tom Clancy game was coming out, but it wasn't announced when we did it. Mm-hmm. So we're really just going to X-Deviant. Scroll up more. Right there.
This one.
Yeah. Tom Clancy announced.
Tom Clancy himself.
Yeah. Ubisoft announced X-Deviant. It's a 6v6 arena shooter, free to play. It includes Tom Clancy game characters, and the first test is on August 5th for PC players.
I might hop into that. I think I signed up. The weird thing was that was like, what's your preferred platform? And I said PS5, but like, I want to play the PC version, so I think I need to like switch that, or else it'll try to just leave me out of it.
Right.
But we'll see what happens there. As far as gameplay goes, it looks like a shooter.
Yeah. It didn't honestly wow me. I'm like, oh shit, but it was like, I'll try it out. I mean, it's whatever. It's free.
It looks like a free, fun shooting game. Straight up. Like, that's nothing amazing about it. Nothing shitty about it. It's there.
But the reason I had to say that is because when you're launching this along at the same time that we're also hearing all this cool stuff about Battlefield and this Apex stuff, this is like, well, I'm not even looking in this direction once I hear about those two things.
True.
If these three things existed at once, this is clearly like my last priority.
I agree with that. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
But it didn't look bad, so it's worth trying out.
I want to play it. Let's just put it that way. Some other small news. I'm in the toy community of people who like toys, and action figures alike. It's
a big community.
It is. CLD is a part of it as well. And we've been talking like all this week about his stuff that he's been trying to pre-order and whatnot, because Comic-Con's going on right now and whatnot. But there was a set of figures released for a game that is not even out right now. Todd McFarlane and his toy company released about 5 to 6 figures from this new upcoming game called Disney Mirrorverse. If you're on our Discord server, you can go check out the image of what they look like. Pretty much, you have Belle from Beauty and the Beast, Goofy, Jack Sparrow, Mickey, Buzz Lightyear, and Sully from Monsters, Inc.
That Buzz Lightyear looks dope.
Yeah, he's the only one that I'm like tempted by to like, actually purchase, because he actually has articulation as opposed to the rest. Like, Sully's legs are literally just a piece. Like, there's no articulation. It's just that. But really cool designs. Like, it's like kind of changed up versions from the movies that you'll see. Mickey has like this kind of sorcerer look, which is different from his regular sorcerer look. It's like yellow and white instead of the normal red and blue. Goofy has a boomerang. That's about all I can say.
as you will.
Belle from Beauty and the Beast has like this weird staff hook thing that kind of looks like the one from that movie with Jack Frost. That thing. And then Jack Sparrow's got a bone arm. Sully's got like armor on him that looks like it's built out of like the containers that hold the screams. And Buzz Lightyear looks dope as shit with like laser wings. But yeah, that's a new mobile game coming soon. There is actual gameplay online. You can go and check it out. It straight up looks like Pokemon Unite, but Disney characters, and it's a MOBA. It's a MOBA that is not available in the US right now. I think they're doing beta tests overseas, so you can get it over there. If you're an overseas listener, I don't know if we have any, but if you do, sound off in the
shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out in the comments, and we'll give you some love if you touch this game at all. But yeah, that's just a nice little tiny bit of news. So keep an eye out for that. If y'all are mobile MOBA fans, Pokemon Unite will be coming to mobile soon as well. So there's that. So you have plenty of MOBA options coming to you.
For sure.
Yeah.
Man, it's I'm just happy that it's not another Kingdom Hearts. So this is
You see
already.
what Anna said in the chat? She's like, meanwhile,
Yes,
this
I'm
is
about
just
to
like
respond to that.
Kingdom Hearts.
This game's already leaps and bounds ahead of Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts.
Hey, man. It's a time. It's also a mobile game, so I doubt that it's going to be like that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's not. It's
Like, that's why I was so surprised by seeing the figures. I was like, they're really making like action figures. Like, these aren't just like your normal, like you go in the toy aisle and there's like, oh, there's a Finding Dory figure.
You're investing in this.
This is like a $25, $30 figure with like multiple points of articulation. Like, it's a whole wave of them. Like, that's what they're doing with the DC shit from McFarlane. So I'm like, holy fuck, that's weird that they're doing this. But hey, man, and that's the first we've seen of it in figure form prior to the actual game in the US at least. So that's crazy to me. But yeah, and then I don't know if there's anything else besides the Olympics. That was pretty neat that started, I guess.
All the video game music.
Yeah. Apparently every single country came out to a different video game music
There was
selection.
a bunch of Final Fantasy in there. There was some Kingdom Hearts. There was some Sega music.
Yeah, there was Sonic a couple times.
Sonic was in there. Dragon Quest was in there. They're really representing in Japan with the
Yeah.
video game music.
I saw someone said there was a missed opportunity. Italy didn't come out to the Mario theme. And I was like, is this racist?
That's what I'm about to say. They're probably walking a fine line with that one.
Like, while this is funny, is it racist? Should I feel bad for laughing at this? The answer is probably yes. But second part of news that I just remembered that I said that I need to tell you, I bought a thing. So last week I went to a video game store. I forget the name of it, but you know the name of it.
Game Junkie.
That place.
Shout out to Game Junkie.
Game Junkie. Dope place. Cool workers. I talked to the guy up front for a bit about wrestling. And that was a good time because we both were wearing wrestling t-shirts. But I was walking through the games and I'm seeing a bunch of stuff. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, well, yeah. Trying not to buy anything because, money. And I see a game for the PS1. Micro Maniacs Racing.
Ah.
$10.
I know you bought it. I didn't even ask. I knew you bought it.
I bought it. And if you are a longtime listener of the podcast, there was an episode in which we received a very humbling and amazing gift from a coworker of Nico. And we still have that. And that included a PS1. So, needless to say, keep an eye out on the YouTube channel for some retro-ish. I guess that's retro now, right?
Yeah.
Technically.
It's time to shine.
It's time to shine. I don't necessarily know if that's the first game we're gonna play, but for fuck's sake, we're
No,
gonna
I feel like
play
we
it.
have to. Now that you make it, like you bring it up like that, we talked
Oh,
about it in the
baby.
past about how much you liked it. I said I never played it. You just found it, and we got the PS1.
Dude, I can't wait. The best part was like the guys behind the desk, they were looking at it and like I felt slight judgment because like, it's not a well-known game.
Yeah, because I remember it. I remember you talking about it, and when you talked about it, I remembered the title. I remember seeing like in game magazines.
Yeah.
But I never played it.
The best part was it's from Fox Kids. Like, you remember Fox Kids, the cartoon like channel?
Saturday
That's where
mornings.
it's from. Because it was supposed to be an animated
And
show.
you sent us the intro, right?
Yeah. And it was never an animated show. And they're like looking at it and they're like, the fuck does it say Fox Kids on this for? Like, what the hell? And I'm like,
Damn.
I don't know, man, but I love it. So I bought that. They actually have like a machine there that like cleans the discs before you buy it, which was pretty slick. I thought
Yo, they
that
got
was
some
cool.
shit in that store, man.
Yeah.
You can tell they're real video game historians in there.
Oh yeah. I almost bought like 2 action figures as well that they had. There was one that was, I think it was Goro. No, it wasn't Goro. What's the blue Street Fighter guy with the orange hair?
Street Fighter, blue, orange hair, Blanca.
Was it, yeah, Blanca.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost bought it. It was like swole as fuck and just looked like it had no articulation. I was like, this is just funny.
Blanca's a cool character.
$60.
Not a cool price.
No. But sorry, I didn't buy that. But yeah, I got Micromaniacs Racing. I got a couple cool stickers as well. I got one of like a Typhlosion that looks like Derpy, and then I got a Master Roshi.
Shout out to Master Roshi.
Yeah. I saw it and it was like there was one that was just like him just standing there giving the peace sign. I'm like, oh, I want to get that one. And then I found one of him. It was full body and he's like skinny as fuck in his board shorts giving thumbs up and he's got the turtle shell on. And I'm like, fuck the peace sign, turtle shell, turtle power. But yeah, so that is something that you can keep an eye out for on our YouTube channel coming soon. Next, the question section.
Well, wait. I want to touch on this, and I'm not going to stay on this because it's still a developing story. But have you heard about Activision Blizzard, the drama that's going on there right now?
I've heard that there is, but I didn't do research on what it's about.
I didn't get too deep, but they are California is suing them because of their work practices, because it's a lot of sexual harassment.
I should have done
complaints
research.
coming out of there. There's like they have like frat boy culture, and they have the whole like kind of like everything that's been said about what's been going on Twitter, and it is not cool.
So it's Blizzard and Activision.
I think it's Activision proper, but hold on to me. I want to be correct. I don't want to say anything wrong about this.
No, you're good. I mean, I know nothing, so like I'm just like, because I've seen in passing like videos of people saying that they're like boycotting Blizzard games, and like other stuff along those lines. But there was no reasoning behind it, which was the thing. It was just like there obviously was a reason. They just didn't bring it up in the video. They were just like, yeah, I'm doing this, so I'm gonna be playing this instead. And I was like, oh, okay. What? Why are we doing that? And then I just didn't. Not that I didn't care, but I was just like, there are other things happening, so I'm not looking into the specifics of this thing.
California is suing Activision Blizzard after a 2-year-long investigation into their work culture, hiring processes, and labor rights violations. I didn't really prepare to report on this like I should have. I was kind of like letting more develop so I could have more information. But about how like a lot of women in there are being treated terribly. Sexual harassment, they're not getting the pay they deserve compared to their male counterparts, even if they're more qualified. Like
That's insane.
It's a lot of like I said, like it's like a frat boy type environment.
Sounds very familiar to my current work environment, which we've voiced many opinions about. If you work with me, you know what I'm talking about. But
it's an ongoing thing right now. If you want to check Twitter or online, there's a whole. They have lists of the things that they're doing there that's super fucked up.
Jesus.
As more comes out, maybe we'll talk about it more in depth.
Yeah, we'll roll around next week with more
yeah
specifics.
But it's hot right now. Like it's more rolling out as the days kind of go on. So we're gonna try to come back to that.
We'll come back and we'll give the specifics next week. Because I didn't even know what was happening. So I'll do a week of research and come back with actual thoughts, because my main thought is like, holy fucking shit, that's bad.
Right. And I wanted to, like I said, I didn't get all of it, but I didn't want to not mention it either, because it's a really hot topic right now.
I feel that.
And I don't want to, like, I don't want to give them a disservice by not actually telling people that this is happening.
True.
These even what's the company that does the strategy guides? Prima Strategy Guides, who does like a bunch of content and game guides or whatever. They even said they're halting production on any Activision games that they were working on because they don't want to support.
Damn.
Until they get more information. Because as of right now, they won't do anything with them, and
rightfully so, though.
It all off. I think they just announced some shit too. What they just announced? Not Call of Duty, was it? No. Activision Blizzard just announced something, or it's been in the news lately, but it was like right off the back of that. That's gonna hurt.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt that game. Fuck. Damn. Well, the world sucks, but you know what doesn't suck? The NGB community. We appreciate you guys.
Yes.
And your attitudes and your communal love for the podcast and for good video game news and for talking shit on the people that deserve it, like CD Projekt Red and now Activision Blizzard. And we'll get back to that next week. But for now, we do have some questions from the pod section. Let me switch over to the pod questions channel. Scrolling up. Scrolling up. All right, so the first official question in the Discord server is from CLD, longtime listener / viewer of the show. His question for us was, what's the next game released you're taking off work to play? And for context, he gave us that his is going to be for Horizon Forbidden West, and his last one was Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Good one. I'm trying to think now. It might not be for anything this year, as much as I would love to. Mm-hmm. It probably won't be. In fact, just off the fact that I used a ton of PTO this year, so by the time the end of the year comes, I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm gonna have to hold out.
No, I feel that.
I got a week off in December, so I'll be catching up on gaming then. But at the same time, I think the next thing I'm going to just if I had time, I'll probably take off for Metroid Dread. But that's a game I can wait, and I'll play that later. But if it was a Mario or Zelda dropping, I will be taking off. So I want to say, without knowing what's coming out between now and the time that does come out, Breath of the Wild 2.
It's a long ways away.
We don't know. They just don't. If it comes out in like March, it's not that far from the end of the year. It's not that far. True.
Yeah.
But that's a big if.
Yeah.
But that's what, as of right now, because we still got whenever this PlayStation event drops, we still got the Game Awards. So things could be announced on those two things that I'll be like, oh, I'm taking off for this.
So probably the Game Awards too. When is that?
Well, the Game Awards come on at night. We'll be.
Yeah.
I don't. We can work the whole day for that.
All right.
But what I'm saying is, whatever they announce in there could potentially be games that I'm going to take off for. So as of right now, before I know what's going to be announced coming up, it's probably going to be Zelda, or we don't know when it comes out yet, which might be next holiday. But God of War.
Shit.
So maybe I won't be taking off for a game for a while. I don't know.
The last one I requested off for was Apex for Season 9. That didn't go well.
Oh, no, it did not.
If you listen to the pod, you would know what all went down on that, how pretty much the game was down the whole entire day. Didn't get to play at all. It was on May the 4th. I remember it because it was the first day of the Bad Batch. It was Star Wars Day. It was episode 1 of Bad Batch. I was like, I'll do that, and then I'll play Apex. Couldn't play Apex the whole day. Then, by the end of the day, still couldn't play Apex because they didn't have anything but the original 5 characters out. So you couldn't even play the new character for the new season or get the battle pass. So what's the point? So there's that. But saying that, Apex for the new season... Emergence.
So the August date.
Yeah, most likely. I want to take off soon. I'm in a weird position at work right now where if I take off, there's not many people in the background that can do the job that I do.
I understand your position.
Which, at the same time, is kind of like, I don't give a fuck. It's not my job to care about that. So, I might just say fuck it and do it anyway. But yeah, I'll probably take off for Apex for the next season. I'm excited for it more than the last one, to be honest, because this character I actually want to play, as opposed to the last one was like, I know who's going to play it in the group of people I play, and it will never be me. I still haven't played her more than once.
Really?
Yeah, I literally like hopped into the training area once with her, the firing range, and that's it. Like, because I'm like, not my thing. I'm not the guy that does the jump master. I'm not that guy, pal. And...
reference.
Yeah, social media references. But yeah, not my thing, but this character looks like so much fun, and I cannot wait to play him. And
for sure.
It'll be a great time.
For sure.
Other than
I'm be hyped to hear about it
when
you do
hopefully it's actually a good launch day this time. I feel like, here's the thing. In previous seasons, it hasn't been great. Last season, it was terrible. I'm hoping they've learned their lesson and they can back Respawn. EA can back them enough to give them enough, like, you know, resources and like the servers boost them as much as they can for that day. That's going to cause so many people to want to go and play. Not as much as Season 9 where it was like, there's this new game mode entirely, but it'll be there because there always is the hype when there's that new character put into the mix.
Word.
So yeah.
Yeah, man. But thank you, CLD, as always.
Thank you,
For your
sir.
contributions to the show.
If you would like to send us an email, you can do that at savebeforequitting@gmail.com, or you can do it in our community Discord, which you can find from the link tree in our bio to join up. And you can send us a question for next week, because we need one, or two, or three, or fuck us up, fam.
Do what you got to do. But before we go, Kev sent us a response as to our what is rollback netcode question last week when we were referring to the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl.
Hell yeah.
He says, so, you want to know about rollback netcode, eh? I love how this email starts out. I'll give you the quickest summary I can make. I give you the quickest summary I can to make a long story less long. Obviously, fighting games and party games like Smash and Nick All-Stars need as stable of a connection as possible to even function online. But clearly, the internet, in all its unstable glory, ain't having that. Distance, Wi-Fi connection, streaming X videos while you're playing, and 1,000 other things all lead to the connections being pretty volatile. Normally, game devs go with delay-based netcode to combat this. Delay-based netcode typically delays your controller inputs by X amount of frames to make sure the game stays in sync. At times, this can slow down the game in really detrimental ways, especially if inputs go missing, causing that chunky-looking gameplay when lag spikes. Rollback, on the other hand, takes your input the same way it would offline. Then, when the other player's inputs come in a few frames later, it corrects whatever mistakes it may have made while predicting said inputs retroactively. You smart, Kev. Essentially, it self-corrects or rolls back all throughout the game being played to make sure both players are receiving the same information, even if some of that information gets lost because of the internet. These are all really gross oversimplifications, but that's the gist of it. I'll link some super helpful articles and video combo that really dives into what everything means below. And I'll put these in the pod description if anybody else is interested. And we really appreciate it. He said, keep being great, fellas. NGV Kev. Also, Ant falling for Ligma and Candace this far into 2021. That is peak content, LMAO. Yes.
Did I make a TikTok out of that? I don't think I did. Shit, looks like I know what I'm doing tonight.
Yay.
It was good. It was a good moment. Thank you, Kev. I appreciate that. Do I understand most of that? Probably not.
I understand. Playing Smash online, I get it.
I've never played a fighting game online. I've always just been like, like Injustice, I'll play the story, I'll play a little bit extra, and that's it. Goodbye. And that's it.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. You know, like the AOL. Goodbye.
AOL. Again, full circle. We're right back to early internet.
Full circle. And now
that's the title.
It's time for you to get off the phone or get off the internet because we need to use the phone. That was almost smooth, but it's not anymore.
Almost. What is happening?
You know what's smoother than that? You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, and go to our YouTube to check out our new YouTube video. Smoother than butter is a titty. Cool. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, and it's fine because it's technically the end of the show. So you can follow us all there. You can check out our new YouTube videos. We'll have a new Resident Evil video out for you today, and then either a Switch game that we referenced in this episode or a different Switch game to have another video. So we'll have 2 videos for you, and the video version of the pod is moved back to Friday as well. There was only that one Thursday that we did it the same day.
It was the world premiere of everything.
It was new. But it's back to Fridays again, so apologies, but CLD will be loving it because that's his Friday morning cup of Joe.
Mm-hmm. We're all about cups of Joe over here.
Yes.
That's all I got for that comment. That's all I got for
and
that
with
statement.
that, it is time for you all to get off the internet so we can make our phone call. But before you do that, just make sure that you always
save before quitting.
And we'll see you next week.
Peace!
Bye. My body is in pain.
Pain.
Ow. What was the There was a joke that I saw on a podcast today. What the fuck was it? It was like donuts. Oh,
It was like
it was
donuts.
a donut joke. Hey, you ever had a Hertz donut?
I know this joke.
Yeah.
Don't touch me.
Goodbye.
Hurts donut.
Don't touch me. Proceed.